Why do my pictures look flat? It might be the way you are using color. Here, let me explain. When artists want something to pop out of the page and jump out like something in the foreground or front of the picture, they use bright colors. When artists want something to recede or look like it's far away, they use dull colors. And the way that they do this is they have a good understanding of primary and secondary colors. Red, yellow, and blue are the primary colors. When you mix them, red and yellow make orange, blue and yellow make green, red and blue make purple. But the artists are also aware of what are called opposite or complementary colors. Orange and blue are complementary colors. When you mix red and yellow, you make orange. The primary color you didn't use is blue. Therefore, it's the opposite of orange. Green and red are complementary colors. When you mix yellow and blue, you make green. The color you didn't use, the primary color you did not use, is red. That's the one left over. Therefore, red is the opposite of green. Yellow and violet are complementary colors. That means they're opposite colors. When you mix blue and red, you get violet. The complementary color you did not use is yellow. Not only is yellow the opposite of violet, but if you look on the color wheel, they fall exactly directly opposite each other on the color wheel. This is true for all pairs of complementary colors. These flowers are red-orange. The leaves are blue-green. When you take two complementary colors and put them next to each other, they appear to vibrate or appear very bright. So these red-orange flowers look extremely bright against the blue-green of their leaves. However, there's another way to use complementary colors. If you take a color and you mix it with its opposite, instead of looking brighter, it will look duller and it will appear to recede and look farther away. I'm going to take advantage of this when I color my three spheres. I want to use a yellow-orange for my spheres. The opposite of yellow-orange is going to be blue-violet. So the sphere that I put in the foreground is just going to be pure yellow-orange. The sphere I put in the middle ground is actually going to have a little bit of blue-violet in it, but not a lot. It's still going to look yellow-orange. Here, let me show you. I'm taking some blue and some violet, and I'm very lightly coloring it in. I'm using curved lines because it is a round form, just like I did when I shaded it. And now I'm putting my yellow over it. So it's still going to be yellow, and it's still going to be orange, but that blue-violet underneath takes that very bright color and it makes it duller. You can't use too much blue-violet or the whole thing will turn brown, but just a little bit subtly put on will make it look duller. Now, if you look at the shadows, you'll notice I'm also using blue-violet for the shadows. Using the opposite color for a shadow is a practice that many artists use instead of using a gray or black for a shadow. So now, notice how much more blue-violet I put in the background sphere, but not enough that I'm going to turn the whole thing gray or brown. It's still a yellow sphere, but the blue-violet causes the yellow to recede and look farther away. Whereas in the front sphere, the yellow-orange doesn't have any blue-violet in it, and it really pops out and jumps out at you. In this way, objects in the background look farther away and objects in the foreground look closer. Now I'm using a watercolor pencil to blend the colors, and when you take the brush and blend the colors, it's important not to use too much water and to wash your brush when you switch to different areas so you don't muddy the color. And also notice my brush strokes. I'm using curved lines on the brush strokes on the sphere and straight lines when I am doing the shadow. Now it's starting to look kind of muddy and dirty, so I'm wiping my brush off on my newspaper and I'm picking up the extra color. But you see how the sphere in the background appears to recede, while the sphere in the foreground appears to pop out. And this is the way that you can get your artwork to look more three-dimensional by using color. When I shade in my table, notice I'm using straight lines, both lines receding towards the vanishing point and lines that are horizontal going from left to right, and that the lines in the foreground are heavier. This also emphasizes the three-dimensionality of the work. This is the Helpful Art Teacher showing you how to make your artwork look more three-dimensional by using color.